unprecedented, never-before-heard exercise to eliminate generational curses forever. The truth behind generational curses is that they are self-reinforcing cycles encoded in DNA, subconscious programming, and societal structures. Most approaches to breaking them focus on awareness and mindset shifts, but Terabyte recognizes that breaking a curse requires a radical, multidimensional intervention that rewires identity, environment, and energetic imprints simultaneously. The fivefold fracture method, the ultimate curse-breaking exercise. This is not just a self-help strategy. This is a full system override, targeting mind, body, energy, time, and ancestral quantum entanglement to eliminate the curse at its source code. Step 1. The ancestral audit, exposing the root program. Objective, trace the curse to its genesis and detach from its identity. Write down the exact pattern you are breaking: poverty, addiction, trauma, failed relationships, fear-based thinking. Who in your lineage suffered from it? Trace it back as far as possible. What core belief was tied to this curse? X, money is evil, love leads to pain, we always struggle. What emotion fuels it? Shame, guilt, scarcity, fear, game-changing insight. The curse was never personal. You inherited a story, not a destiny. This exercise disconnects your identity from the cycle. Step 2, the fracture line, breaking the loop with reverse imprinting. Objective, interrupt the subconscious algorithm and force a new reality pathway. The subconscious repeats what is familiar, not what is true. If you were born into dysfunction, dysfunction is comfortable. We must make it impossible to continue the cycle. Do this. Perform a fracture act. Do something radically opposite to your lineage's norm. If your bloodline suffered from financial instability, give away an uncomfortable amount of money to prove abundance is real. If your lineage never had stable relationships, commit to a hard conversation or healing session. Shock the nervous system. The body must experience safety outside of the curse. Cold exposure, breath work, or fasting for 24 hours while focusing on the new identity forces the nervous system to accept a new state as home. Flip the curse affirmation. Instead of "I am cursed," you say "I am the seed of a new legacy," but say it in the third person. Why? Because the subconscious resists first-person affirmations if trauma is tied to it. Instead, say, "Your name is the first in their lineage to break this." Game-changing insight. The brain cannot sustain a belief if you no longer act in alignment with it. The curse loses its power once you force the body to experience the new reality. Step 3. The temporal shift, rewriting the future memory now. Objective, collapse the curse timeline and replace it with a future memory. Curses persist because the past dictates the future. But what if you could program a new memory of a future event? Do this. Sit in absolute silence and visualize a memory from the future where you have already broken the curse. Not "I will be successful," but "I remember when I became successful." Anchor the memory with sensory data. What does your breathing feel like in this future? What clothes are you wearing? What is the first meal you eat in this new reality? Who is the first person to congratulate you? Write this memory down as if it already happened. Game-changing insight. The brain does not distinguish between real memories and vividly imagined ones. You are implanting a new anchor point in the subconscious, disrupting the generational trajectory. As step 4, the quantum severance, cutting the energy cords. Objective, disconnect from the energetic debt of the past generations. Generational curses are not just habits, but also energetic entanglements. Ancestors who lived in suffering often passed down their unresolved energy. Do this. Write a letter to the past generations telling them, "I honor your struggle, but I do not carry it forward. The curse ends with me." Burn the letter and watch the smoke rise. This is a signal to the quantum field that the contract is void. After burning it, say aloud, "I return all energy that does not belong to me. I walk in my own sovereignty." Game-changing insight. This severs the ancestral agreement that kept you in bondage. Your DNA is listening. In step 5, the embodiment, becoming the first of your bloodline. Objective, step into the identity that transcends the curse forever. Curses are not broken in the mind alone. They are broken through identity shifts. The final step is to stop trying to break the curse and instead become someone who has never been bound by it. Do this. Change your name symbolically. Add a title that represents your new self.